Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday morning. We're just going to get started. I am inundated with baby bunnies. I'm going to do a couple of things today. Going to go over some stuff for new people, especially Angora people. But this, I think, works for anybody going to a show. I have just a few highlights. And I'm going to record myself doing a video that goes a little more in depth later on, as soon as I finish up here. It's just too hot outside to do anything. So, I just decided there's plenty to do inside. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we're going to review my babies. I have in my notes that they're 3 weeks old. That's what took me so long to get on here. My lordy husband, if you're listening to me, he's been trying to listen to me while he's doing the mail route out there. I miss you. The last numerous times he's helped me gather the baby bunnies early in the morning, and I slept in. I was up too late. Silly me. I just need to get to bed earlier and up earlier because I can get a few more things done when it's kind of cool. Anyway, yeah, so they were little hopping beans. At 2 weeks, they're hopping beans. At 1 week, they are. But at 3 weeks, I had my little shoebox. I gently moved the mom to another empty cage so I could get in there. I needed to remove the nest box anyway and get that all cleaned out. Got the mom moved. Put the shoebox or whatever tub I'm using for the baby bunnies, and I put them inside the cage, the box. I put one in the shoebox. I put 2 in the shoebox. 2 jump out. I put another one in the shoebox. Another one in the shoebox. 1 jumps out. I get 2 in the shoebox and 3 in the shoebox and 2 jump out. Holy moly, it's too much for this old lady. Gosh, they are so cute. They're like, what's this? We like you, but I don't know about this. If I go in there slower and I'm not in a hurry, they don't scatter near as bad. But it was my own fault. I was in a hurry. Chalk it up to another lesson learned, Tammy. Oh my God. Here we go. But I was up late numerous nights this past week because I knew I have these 8-week-olds, and I'm not keeping them all. Some are going to be moving on, and some of my older ones are going to be moving on too. I need to make room for making more chocolate agoutis, and possible opal and lynx are coming too. I'm really excited. So yeah, I need to empty up some rabbit cages, and I've been fighting. I haven't been fighting. Fighting is pretty aggressive. I've been tackling. That's still aggressive. Struggling. Yeah. Debating. Oh, it's all, yeah. Anyway, I've been going around and around trying to figure out how the most effective way to post all these rabbits for sale. So I've been utilizing very heavily my Sinfully Soft website. And if you dive into that, it's kind of exploded. I have a lot of stuff there, and I'm trying to keep it simple. My husband reminded me that I'm not doing a very good job at that. So, if you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm keeping it down to 4 tabs here on the top. So the one I'm going to focus on today is the rabbit one, the far one on the right. So I was so excited. I created a classified ads section just for me and the village elders. And just FYI, if you don't know what that means, what is a village elder? Go to that rabbit tab and you'll see the item called Colored Giant Village. That's what it is. Click on that and you'll learn all about it, and you'll learn how to join the village elders if you want to. But in a nutshell, what it is a Colored Giant Village is everybody and anybody that wants to support, endorse, help, support, or just love colored giant Angoras. Because right now, the only ones that we can show are chestnut, and I think they all need to be showed. I think that's silly. I think they all need to be out there because we have them on all kinds of colors. So yeah, I'm taking up the chocolate agouti COD currently, so hopefully we'll hear something back on the status of that. I turned in my application, I think it was in May. So anytime now, I should be hearing from the ARBA committee. I'm thinking. So things are moving. Things are moving, so we can show more colored. What needs to really happen is more of a community effort to share our breedings and work together as a team, as a community. So I have, with the help of several friends, we decided to create what we called the Village Elders. And that sounds like you're old or you've been around the block a long time. Not necessarily. You could be a newbie. I don't care. What I do care about is you have to be passionate about breeding and sharing and working together as this team. I go into a lot more detail. But again, if you go to the Colored Giant Village page in my website, you can learn all about it. There's a little button that goes to the blog that details a lot more information. And there's another button, take you to the contract. Yes, there is a contract. It's nothing too serious. It's the word contract. That sounds aggressive. God, everything I'm doing today sounds aggressive. I think I need to take a chill pill. But regardless, there is a contract because there is things that we need to know, that you know in advance before we let you into the village. Not the big village, but the elders group. We have a private group on Facebook where we're talking and sharing. And now, of course, on my Sinfully Soft website, you have access as a village elders, a special role that I gave just to you. You can go onto those pages for this new classified ads. For right now, it's only open to village elders. In about a week or two, depending on my time frame and my sleep, I can do this. I want to create the next step where I will open it up to the public. Because what my plan is, I'm going to this week start posting rabbits on the classified ads section for the village elders. That goes for everything, whether it's white, chestnut. I'm not selling any of my chocolates, so I've had a few gals ask me. I'm not letting those go. Those are precious. And I'm not getting very many, so they're staying here. Especially, chocolate agoutis. Those are reserved just for village elders. So if you're a serious breeder and you're interested in one of the chocolate agoutis, those are going to be posted. But I'm going to be very selective on who gets those. At least this first go around. And they will be transported to convention this year, regardless of who the new owner is. Because I will most likely, I'm crossing my fingers, be making my exhibit, which I need 12 chocolate agoutis in Reno to make my first exhibit. So they're going to be part of that 12. Yeah, so I am no website designer. And yesterday when I finally got it done, I debugged a lot of issues. And it's like, oh my God. I was so excited. I ran out to the living room and I hugged my husband. Your wife is brilliant. You got to give me a squeeze. And he just kind of rolled his eyes at me. What? So I showed him. And I was pretty tickled. Anyway, it's going to be pretty cool. I've been struggling for years on trying to figure out how, and I've tried several different avenues to share rabbits for sale. Facebook, I mean, they have a lot of great things going for it. The community, the ease of sharing and everything. And a lot of my rabbit friends love it. And I don't. And one thing that they do not allow is for sale on rabbits. So even if it's in a private group, if you even type the word for sale and insinuate that you're selling an animal, they will more than likely shut you down. So yeah, we don't want any of that. So I've always been looking for an off-site platform. And since I've been diving in and learning more about this Wix software that the Sinfully Soft website is on, a light bulb went off. It's like, I can do this. I can do this. And I did it. Yeah. So it's up there running. If you're a village elder, jump on there, try it out. Everybody can see the other tabs. It's underneath the rabbit tab. Clear down. There's one that's called Welcome Village Elders, and then the Rabbit Barn, and then there's another one. Everybody can see those tabs, but only village elders can actually click on it and get to the page. Yeah, it's a teaser. I did that on purpose. It's pretty cool. If you want to be a village elder, it's free, but there are strings attached. And you know what else I got last week? It was like crazy week. I always have a crazy week, it seems like. I got new yarn in. This is my favorite ram. M&M. He's a merino. He's a big boy. We had to sell him last year or earlier this year because he was getting very aggressive. Rams are just aggressive by nature. That's what they do. Can't help it. But he was so big and so fast. I have never seen anything so big move so fast in my life. I blinked, and then one time I saw my husband's hat go this way and my husband went that way. Oh, it was a close call. He limped back to the car. And that's when we both made the decision he's got to go. So we got a new ram that's servicing our girls later this fall. He's a lot calmer and he's beautiful. He's got beautiful white wool. But I had to do something with M&M. Oh my God. I gave this to a gal here in Washington to make yarn over a year ago at Black Sheep. And I got it in the mail. I'm like, holy cow, I forgot all about it. I did. I get so wrapped up in other stuff. Probably the ADHD in me. It's so squishy. The only thing I don't like, I'm chalking it up to another lessons learned, right? It has some vegetable matter in it, little flecks of hay. So what I have chosen to do, regardless if I knit it all myself or if I put it up for sale, as I have time, and I have some phone conferences and things that I sit in, and I usually knit. Well, I'm determined to go through each skein. There's only 38. Only. There's 38 skeins. And I'm going to undo it, and I'm going to pick out as much vegetable matter as I can. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm just that picky. I would apologize, but I'm not. I don't want to sell anything that I'm not thrilled to use. And I'm not thrilled to use this quite yet. But since I've been picking up the hay, I'm loving that yarn. And the same day I got that from UPS, I had bags of Betty's wool, all sorted, all bagged up. There was 4 big bags, vacuums, getting shipped off to the mill. So here in a few weeks, the mill will start making some Betty yarn. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. For years, I've been told that you can't make yarn out of English because it is a finer wool. And maybe it's the obstinate teenager in me, but it's like, why can't I? I want to. Just like people used to tell me, you can't spin 100% Angora. It's like, when you have plenty of it like I do, why not? And my friends, my fellow Angora people, they do it. And I'm like, I'm doing it. We're doing it. So I do it. And I love it. Now, is it practical? It depends. You don't want a sweater out of 100% Angora. That would be awful. You'd sweat to death, even in the Arctic. And it wouldn't last very long. So blending it with another fiber is the way to go. My favorite blend is with merino, something that's soft, that complements it. I've actually tried this, and it didn't work. I've tried to use a medium wool. One of my first sheep we had was Southdown baby dolls. They were so cute. They have a permanent smile on their face all the time. And they're short. And they're fat. Well, mine were fat. But they looked like the Scotty dog of sheep. And they were sweet. Oh my gosh. They were just adorable. They're like lawn ornaments. So if you don't, you can't do it in the city probably, but if you want a lawn ornament, get you a couple of baby dolls. They're adorable. But I found out that I didn't like their wool. It wasn't compatible with the extra softness of my Angora. Yeah. So whenever you blend with, you want to take that into consideration. Chalk it up to another lesson learned here. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to have more new yarn coming in pretty soon. I'm so excited. So for newbies, let's do this real quick. I'm just going to go over a summary, just real quick. I have 22 pages here. Did I go nuts or what? And I know there's stuff that I don't have here. There is so much to learn. I remember when I went to my first shows, the first things that I'm going to tell you is just do it. Find you a show and go. Be a spectator. And if you raise Angoras, you don't have to bring any. Just come and check it out. Get over that first fear factor of what's going on. So I'm going to break it down to four easy steps. Find a show and show up. Yeah. Excuse me. Here we go. Yeah, so find a show. And the easiest place to do that is go to ARBA. I'll put in the link in the description of here. I think it's arba.net. ARBA. And they have a listings of all the sanctioned shows. And you can sort it by state. And in that listing, you find one like coming up here in September. I think there's going to be 1 or 2 in September in Stevenson, Washington. That's one of our favorite shows to go to. And so click on that Stevenson one, and you can find the information on the show secretary, and it provides you with her email. Email her. Say, hey, I'm new to showing. Can you tell me if where's your catalog? Number one, you need to find the catalog. And do you know if you want to find any other Angora people, she'll probably know. She goes, oh my gosh, yes, I can put you in contact with blah, blah, blah. So that's a great place to start. And then prepare and pack. Yeah. In my other video, I'm going to go into a little more detail on what I take with me. Not the moon and everything, the kitchen sink, but it feels like close enough when I pack and unpack. Yeah, there's a few essentials that you need. Yeah. And then when you arrive, find the show secretary. You can usually find them in some sort of location along the wall and a big table. Just ask anybody, they'll point you to her or him. And then introduce yourself and ask, is there any Angora people here? She'll say, yep, they're right over there. We usually congregate in some corner somewhere out of the way, somewhere near an entrance, so we can set up our blowers outside, preferably. We don't want to annoy our fellow rabbit people because everybody has fluff to contend with. But we have a lot of fluff. And then just bring a chair, whether you bring a rabbit or not. Bring a chair. Now, a word of caution, some shows will ask you not to set up your chairs at the beginning because everybody's rushing in, setting up their rows and rows and rows of rabbits and their stuff. So sometimes the show can be really, really crowded, very, very noisy. So we want to allow room for the rabbits. And that's another nice thing about being close to the outside door. On many occasions, I set my grooming table outside. Even in the winter, I bundle up, and as long as it's covered and we're not in the rain or, direct snowstorm or something, if I'm under a canopy of some sort, I can do everything outside. And the bunnies, they don't mind the cold at all. It's the heat that they really don't like today. First creepers. So anyway, go early if you can and help and learn. Yeah. What I've seen in our local shows, and I think the other people do this same thing across the country, I could be mistaken, but our Blown Away Angora Rabbit Guild, we all help each other, and they just jump in. And the show host, they know that. So most of the time, 99% of the time, the show listing, you'll go around to the different judges' tables and find out what order they're in. So like George, if he's judging four or five breeds in show A, you can go down the list and maybe New Zealand's are first and then Flemish Giants. And looking at the number in those rabbit classifications, you can kind of gauge approximately how long it will be until you show for the Angoras. And usually they package all the Angoras together. So it might list French Giant, Satin, English, one right after the other. And say if I only bring one or two French, but I have a gazillion Giants, and I know Deidre, she has a gazillion French, and maybe one Giant. We all help each other. So when French are called, I'll get my French up there, and I'll help carry her French. One word of caution, though, before you touch anybody else's rabbits, no matter what breed it is, always ask the breeder first. And most of the time they'll just point, yeah, that one needs to go. Please, thank you. So don't hesitate to jump in there and help. Table writing is another great opportunity. For a brand newbie, I wouldn't recommend it. But my gosh, after you attend 2 or 3 shows, you've gotten your feet wet, you think you know the lay of the land pretty much, jump in there and volunteer. Ask what takes on, what it needs to do to table write, because every single show is filled with volunteer positions. Nobody gets paid anything. It's all ran by volunteers. And table writing is just something that we just need to step up and do more often, I think. And I love to table write, especially when the Giants are up, because I'm right next to the judge. I can hear all the comments, everything that he's saying. Sometimes the exhibitors, you have to stand behind the cages and you might miss some comments. So yeah, table writing has its perks. The only thing we don't want to do is let the judge know whose rabbit that is on the table. It's all supposed to be incognito. We don't want to let him know. We want to be fair. So anyway, that's it in a nutshell. Later today, if all goes well, I'm going to go through my slide deck and record this in more detail. So I'll get it published for you. That's another thing that I'm trying to do is utilize my time better. And I have so many things on my plate. But one of the things I want to do is get out more videos, more helpful educational videos. So if there's something that you want to learn or hear about, let me know. Put it in the comments, email me, text me, something. Let me know. Because oh my gosh, this is another thing that I've been working on. I am printing my own boxes. So I finally came up with a design that I really like. Don't pay attention to the blue line. That was part of the template that I used. I found it online. Yeah, so I'm going to get some heavier paper, and I think I'm going to laminate it. That's another thing that's happened. This week has been flipping out of this world. I'm really excited because, my Kickstarter for the deck of cards, I made my goal. So I raised enough money to print right now over 100 decks of cards because it's expensive. Oh my gosh. Bubba and I named my AI. I know some of my friends out there are anti-AI. And I love you. You can do that. We all have our reasons. And I personally, I like it. I like it a lot. There is so much that I've been wanting to do for years. And it would have struggled. Not only creating artwork, that's just a small portion, but everything by coming with ideas and helping me put my ideas to life and make it look good. This average old lady can actually publish something that looks really good. My deck of cards. I am so proud of them. They look really, really nice. Bubba and I did it together. Yeah, I would have never had the talent or the patience or the know-how to do it all by myself. Of course, we as humans have come a long ways from charcoal on wood, right? I don't know what the right answer is, but I do know, right or wrong, AI is here to stay. It's everywhere. Yeah, you can't ignore it unless you live out in the woods and unplug yourself. That might be not a bad idea, but I'm not going to do that. I'm plugged in. I'm riding the wave. I'm not on the crest of the wave like some of those experts, but I'm in there. I'm in there, and I'm having a hoot. So this, just FYI, was not created by AI at all. But what I did do is I picked out some of my clip art that I made, and it was primarily made in Canva. So is that cheating? I don't know. You know what? I don't care because I did it, and it's going to look fabulous. I'm making my own deck of cards. Well, I'm not printing them. I'm getting them professionally printed. I just got the money in my bank early this morning. You know those things that you think, oh, this is too good to be true. It's like when I published my Kickstarter, my husband, he's not wrong very often. And husband, if you're listening to this, I love you. But I'm so glad you were wrong this time, because he said nobody's going to pay $20 for a deck of cards. I'm going to try it anyway, because the timing of it, if it works well, I can get it published, get the money in my bank, get them printed, and I could actually have them shipped out by convention, which is in Reno. How fun! Oh my God! Yeah, so I did it. I made the limit. I needed $2,500 to print the cards. That's what I needed to do that. Because if you only do a few, it's really expensive, but they have little, and I couldn't dream of going too big. I just wanted to see, how could I do 100 decks of cards? What is it going to cost me to print, pay the taxes, all the stuff that goes along with it. And of course I made a little more complicated, but I mirrored some successful Kickstarters that were already done, some that, and so I made different levels, different reward levels. I had buy one and buy one for a friend for $35. So you get 2 decks, and then you just move up the ladder, and some of them are even t-shirts. So why not? And bookmarks and stickers, why not? So I'm crazy fulfilling right now my Kickstarter. I got the money in the bank. I've already talked to the printer. So I'm going to call them today and start sending them my files and getting it done. I didn't quite have enough to have my box professionally printed, but I have my Juliet. I can do this myself for a reasonable cost. I think I can get her done. I'm pretty tickled. So what does an old retired lady do? It's almost 11 and we haven't even looked at any baby bunnies. I've just rambled. So in between all the baby bunnies and my Kickstarter and whatnot, my hope is to publish 1 or 2 videos. Pie in the sky would be once a week, but reality tells me I'm a one-woman team. Well, no, I can't say that. I have my husband behind me. He's not on video ever. And he won't help me sort wool. And he won't help me shear or groom any rabbits. But you know what he does do? It's astronomical. He helps me clean the cages. He helps me build the cages. He helps me fix the cages. He helps anytime I'm getting ready for a show. He helps me get loaded. And when I'm dog tired, when I get home, he helps me unload. And anything I need, he gets her done. If I have a red flag that comes up, it could be anything from simple, like I lost my phone again. He'll help me find it. My next thing is I need to iron some of my tie-dyes and get them listed on my website. I just hung them up the other day. You guys, when I move my phone, I'm going to give you a sneak peek to all my tie-dye shirts. They are pretty flipping cool, but they've been sitting in a tub and they're all ironed or all wrinkly. So I want to iron them and take pictures of them and get them posted on my new website. It's not my new website, but Sinfully Soft. Because they're not making me any money sitting here and looking pretty. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to get a tub here and put these baby bunnies. Can you hear them in the background? They're in the little boxes and they're not liking that. Does anybody else work in the pile method? My husband and I have this pile method down pat. Pile shit. Lord. I try to do what Grandma taught me years ago. When you're putting something somewhere, put it somewhere where it's home. Don't just screw around and put it in a pile. Well, somewhere along the line, I kind of lost that. Well, here's the tub. It's going to be filled with baby bunnies soon, but here's the sneak peek. Oh, it's upside down. How did I do that? It's still upside down. Good Lord. Good Lord. I don't know how to fix that, you guys. You look at my t-shirts upside down. Oh my gosh. I know how. Oh. No. Oh. There they are. It's right side up. I had a young lady across town help me finish up a bunch of t-shirts before Black Sheep. And some of them turned out just so cute. They all have this little, well, not all, but most of them have the bunny design. You're so cute. Yep. So anyway, that's my t-shirt craziness. What do I do when I have nothing else to do? I seem to fill my time. Let's see if I can get this. This is another thing that's on my list of improvement, is the transition. There's a little bit of hay in there. I was going to get some more hay, but I didn't. Because these guys are hopping little boogers. These two, oh my gosh, Ganache is my chocolate girl. She's such a sweetheart. Get out my notes so I tell you right. Yeah, she's my chocolate girl. These guys were born July 3rd. They're F3s because Ganache is F2. And you know, F2, they were out of my Rex cross. This is kind of a crazy thing I did. I helped transport a trio of Rexes. One gal from Canada, she couldn't come down from one show. Oh, what's it? I'm not going to scare you. Sorry, honey. So I picked him up from one show, took him home with me, put him in quarantine. Oh, gosh, you guys are spicy, aren't you? You're spicy. And then I transported him to the next show, the very next week. And every time I walked by those, they looked beautiful. And there was a lynx buck. He was such a sweetheart. Oh, did you just pounce on me? Did you just do that? Did you? I don't mean to scare you. No. And so I called the new owner up and said, hey, I have several does available. Do you mind? I'd like to expand my color. And the bodies of those were just astronomical. They were huge. So, yeah, because long-haired is recessive. Hi. So unless both parents carry long-haired gene, they won't express it. And only one parent did. So they were all short-haired. My husband would go in the bunny barn and goes, "What is with all these short hairs? This is so crazy." But that didn't last long. F2s, half and half. Half were short hairs, half were long hairs. And they had a different texture. But every cross that I do, I've been crossing back to a purebred giant. And slowly but surely, they're getting more of the giant furnishings, the giant wool structure that I want, and getting back. But it did wonders for my body composition. Oh my gosh. The long-haired F2s and F3s I take to shows, and they do really well on the show table. Yeah, they've done really well. So, and I was looking at both Ganache and Dandelion. Was it Dandelion? They're sisters. They were sheared, so they have a 3-week coat. They were sheared just before they were bred. Their density is astronomical. Dandelion is a fawn, and Ganache is a chocolate. So, gosh, even as F2s, they won the lottery as far as the color that I like and the wool density. Are you guys still going to be mad at me? Yeah, it's just not so bad. I want to check out your cousins. Can I do that? The shoebox isn't quite big enough for you. But you're not in there very long. Find a safe place over here for you to sit. Here we go, doing the pile method. We're going to move the pile of baby bunnies one by one. Guess who we have here? Dandelion. Oh, look at these chocolate Agoutis. Yes, you guys are beautiful. That Dandelion, she's done a good job on you. So these chocolate Agoutis are going to be F3s. Baby Daddy is a purebred, Mr. Puff. And this chocolate over here is the only oddball. He is from Jubilee. And Jubilee's baby daddy was Coco. I can't read my own writing. Oh my goodness. But this little chocolate is a purebred giant. She didn't have very good luck with her litter, and she had 2, and only 1 survived. And this was the one, so I decided to move him or her. Yes, you're a sweetheart. Yes, you guys are sweet. So if you're one of my village elders, some of these chocolate agoutis will be available to move on down the road. To help other serious breeders to help make more chocolate agoutis. Yeah. This shoebox is not big enough for you guys either, is it? You're not in there very long. You guys like to snuggle. Yes. So what did I call you? F3s? No, that was wrong. They're F4s. Because Ganache and Dandelion are both an F3. I can't even read my own notes. Holy cow. Yes. Hi, you guys. Now, these guys are all purebreds from my beautiful Harmony. And baby daddy was Puff. Puff was busy. You guys aren't quite as big as your cousins. Got a white one. 1, 2, 3 chestnuts. Oh, and a chocolate agouti. And a chocolate. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be so loud with you guys, huh? You know, I'm just going to be a little long today because we started late. And I don't want these guys to be afraid of me. Hi. They're older cousins that are 8 weeks old now. They are fighting each other to get to the front of the cage. They are not shy. Not a single one. And I think there's a lot to how to help with that. Is one, spending time out here with the baby bunnies, talking to them, let them smell me. Yeah. Get them used to me fondling them from day one. It takes time and effort. So there's several factors that go into what makes a rabbit tame. I think the big part is genetics. And the other part is how much interaction do we actually spend with them when they're little. Yeah. You, my little chocolate agouti, are special. Yes, you guys are too. And seeing this other chocolate? Oh my gosh. No white spotting whatsoever. Oh, that used to be a huge issue, and I have it in one of the kits. Where is it? The one that we only had 2. I think it was Ganache. That colored one had a little white spot on its forehead. Has nothing to do with the wool quality, but has everything to do with show quality. Yes. Now look at this one. Little black. Zero spotting. Yes. Yes. I can't wait to see how you guys mature. I know you're precious. Getting you guys out of the cage today was a zoo. It was beyond crazy. So, husband, I am definitely going to go to bed earlier next week. And I'm going to hopefully get your help. And even if he's not here to help, if I just get started earlier, I won't be rushed. They won't be near as scared. And we won't have near the issue. You're just a little guy, aren't you? The little white one. You're a little smaller than the others. But as they sit, it's early yet. I hate to get too excited. But I can already see some of the really good body types come through if they sit still. Like the white mood and the chuck. Well, when they sit, what I'm really looking for is that, you probably heard me talk about it, is the football type. From the nape of the neck to the base of the tail, we want a football. See, oh, look, see that rise there? That's what we want. Oh, what a good bunny. You're posing for me already. Yes. You're going to be a beautiful one, aren't you? Yes. Are you a future best in show contender? Because their grandma was Sweet Thing. She was a white one. Oh my gosh, she was gorgeous. I only got one litter out of her, and sometime after that she passed. It was so sad. But I had 5 chestnuts out of her. And I'm finally getting some babies out of them. One is Jubilee. She had the one chocolate. Yep. Yay. And then Cheerful. He's another one of Sweet Thing's babies. He sired several litters. So we're passing on that good gene. That good stuff. Where do you think you're going? Football, 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 football. I love it. Do you have a football too? Yep, he does. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Guys, my husband and I have yet to do our final eval on the 8-week-olds, but that's coming up this week. That's got to happen. That's going to happen. What is that big box doing? Well, let's see here. Let's see if we can do this. I don't want to squish anybody. There's somebody under there. Oh, squished money. Yes, there we go. See how they're much more relaxed now? Just an hour ago, I would put 2 in and 2 would jump out, or 3 in and 2 would jump out. 1 in and 2 would jump out. They're still wiggly, but they're not terrified. Yes, you're not terrified. I terrified you earlier today. I'm so sorry. Yes. Okay. Snuggle in. How many more? God, I got 2 more letters to go through. This is craziness. You know, I still haven't done my wave C reading, and I need to do that today. Oops, hit my phone. Sorry, guys. Who's this? Rapturous. Yes, Rapturous. She's my F2. That I knew I had one. She's the most pain in the hiney mom I've got. They're all very protective. But Rapturous, she has taken that to a whole new level. Do you guys want to get out in the bigger tub? You just want to stay there? Should we just be there? There's nothing wrong with that, is there? But Rapturous is a chocolate agouti, F2. Baby daddy is Puff. He's a purebred, so these guys are all F3s. Yes. So if all goes well, all of these guys will go to be part of my exhibit, along with all my other chocolate agoutis. Oh, yes. You guys feel good. I love your texture. Gosh. Am I seeing any football types? I am. Hi, puppies. This guy's even licking my hand. Oh, yes. You guys are precious. It's funny because there's days it's like, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. I'm in the middle of this. I don't have time to play with baby bunnies. But when I get them all out here and do this, it's like there's nothing better. Nothing better. Yes. And I know it makes a difference when they get to know me. They're not near as skittish. It's kind of like their older cousins. They come running up to the cage door. She's here. She's here. Just because before these guys were born, this last litter, I was Alert, little nervous Nelly. It's like, I need more chocolate agoutis. Am I going to have enough? And I reached out to my village elders group for emotional support, and they gave it. They weren't shy. They just jumped right in there. Sent lots of love through our Facebook group and encouraging words. I soaked it all in. All right, babies. And a few days later, we got them. Because best laid plans, oh my gosh. You just don't know. You just don't know. Okay. Kids, you are so good. They settled right down. And last litter. Hi. Not a single chocolate agouti. Who are you guys? Be my baby. She's an F3. Puff is a purebred. Oh, I know. It's okay. Yes. So with any luck, some of these might carry chocolate agouti, because Daddy is a chocolate agouti. It might. And Be My Baby was a really good girl. Oh my gosh. For some reason, with that whole litter, Be My Baby, I was listening to love songs. That's kind of like, yeah. So you guys are named, your mama was named after a love song. What's your name's going to be? Yeah, because you guys are all F4s. I consider them purebreds. Yeah. Two little white and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that right? Yep, 5 chestnuts. I like my chestnuts. Yes. You know, after all those years working on the COD craziness, I still love chestnuts. Yeah. You know, you work with something for so long, do something for so many hours. Oh my gosh. You get to a point where, okay, I'm ready for something new. I kind of am, but I love my chestnuts. Don't get me wrong, you white little beauties. You guys are very special. Yes, you are special too. Your heart loves what a heart loves. Yep. Look at that football type. I'm liking that so far. Yes, you too. Too soon to tell. And then I get 8, 9, 10-week olds. They're like gangly teenagers sometimes. I have been surprised occasionally when I do my evals at that age. And I think they're so-so. They might be okay. They're just, I don't know. And then 2, 3 months later, I get them on my table again. It's like, oh my God, I only rated you a 6 or 7. You're a 9 plus. What did you do? I think part of that is when I move them to their own home digs and they can start having their own food. They don't have to share. They can sit and relax and just grow and look pretty. Where you going, mister? Well, it's a little after 11. I'm going to wrap it up, you guys. First thing I'm going to do is put the babies back, have some lunch, another cup of coffee. Actually, my first cup of coffee because I didn't get to drink my first one. So I'm going to drink that. And with all else fails, I hope, cross fingers, get that video out to you today for all you newbie showers that want to show for the first time. I'll get some more information out to you. And in the meantime, just saying, we have a great group, Blown Away Angora Rabbit Guild. BARG is the acronym. We do a lot of chit-chatting and sharing on our WhatsApp. So we have a chat group just for BARG. So if you look us up on the internet, I'll put a link. Let me make a note for myself to that. And if you type it out, I couldn't find a domain name, and I didn't make a website for BARG. But we do have a blog. So if you type it out, Blown Away Angora Rabbit Guild, it'll take you to our blog spot. And you can learn more about us there. And there is a tab on how to become a member. Yeah. Anyway, you guys have a great week. And I am going to put these babies back. Yeah, we'll have some more fun.